Morning! Oh, I hate that all those boxes are in my camera shot. Good morning, guys! Happy Wednesday! Just see if anyone's around. Hi! Hi, guys! Oh, gosh, is the thingy playing up again? Oh, no, I can see some notifications. Hi, Ashley! Ah, thanks, Nick. I know, I think Lee thinks I'm having an affair. I come downstairs and Lee was like, whoa, where are you going? I was like, the dining room. But it's, I wanted to do this training and got level up training tonight. So I thought, do you know what? I'm going to make an effort. Hi, guys. It's all for you. I burnt my hand doing my, curling my hair though. Is everyone okay? How's everyone doing? So, I want to talk about today what to do when you sponsor someone new into the business. The reason I want to do this is because, so this is not about being brand new. This is about when you personally bring someone in to the business. Okay, when you personally bring someone into the business, because we've started a new incentive that is all about sponsoring new people, and your role as a sponsor is really, really, really important. Really important. But obviously there's no like set training and set way to do it. So I just want to give you some of my best tips. Good morning, guys. I just want to give you some of my best tips. Everybody does things differently. These are just things that I do, and how I see my role as a sponsor, and you know, different ways of working with different people. So I am very, very, very much in tune with how I felt when I joined. And a lot of what I do is based on that. So I was really, really excited when I joined, but I was really, really scared. That is probably the biggest emotion I had, was fear. I was absolutely terrified. I was scared because I logged on the workstation and it looked really scary. I got added to a group and none of it made sense. When I actually joined, I'd only ever used the wax. I didn't own a warmer. I was really frightened and I was really overwhelmed. So I'm very much in tune, and what I do is very much based around those feelings that I had when I joined and how I help people, because I know nobody comes into this business thinking, oh, I'm going to be amazing, I'm going to be a superstar director, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that. Nobody comes into the business thinking that. Those dreams and aspirations, they come in time when you start seeing the opportunity. Thank you very much. They come in time. So one quote that I love, absolutely love. So if you've sponsored somebody into the business, you are a leader, okay? Not a manager. You don't manage anybody. You're nobody's boss, but you are a leader. And that definition for me, okay, Simon Sinek is my favourite person. Simon Sinek, look him up, or Sinek, I think that's actually how it's supposed to be pronounced. Simon Sinek is my favourite person to watch on leadership training, because I invest in a lot of training on leadership because I want to be able to grow myself and help others as much as I possibly can. That's literally what I live for. And he says that if your actions, if you do level up, you'll know this already, but if not, if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, then you are a leader. Okay, let me check I've got that right, because I've stopped writing it halfway through. Yes. So it's all about encouraging people to dream more, do more, and become more. That's what your role is as a sponsor. You are not their boss. And what you have to bear in mind is they are not here for you. So if you've brought somebody in, It's not what they're going to do for you. It's not how they're going to help you promote or help you grow. It's what you are going to do for them. What are you going to help them achieve? What are you going to help? You're going to help somebody build their own home fragrance business. And get like that is absolute honour, an absolute honour. If someone's chosen you to be their sponsor and help them grow their own business, then that is an absolute honour. Ban it. I've not heard that for a while. It really is. And it's not about what they can do for you. It's about what you can do for them, okay? Really, really, really important to remember that you are there to help them. Don't ever see it the other way around. Don't ever see it the other way around, okay? So, the first thing, I think, you'll probably all, like, who felt overwhelmed when they joined? Because I know I did. I was, like, so overwhelmed. I was like, oh my gosh, this is just crazy. Like, there's just stuff I don't know been literally, like, your brain, basically, the way your brain works is it like tries to process the tiniest amount of information a day, the littlest amount it possibly can to get by, okay? That's how our brains are wired to work, because otherwise we'll go crazy. Then suddenly you join a new company, you join Scentsy, and you're literally getting information overload and your brain cannot process it. Your brain cannot process it. So you have to know that the likelihood is, whether they've been like an absolute, whether they have been, you know, fully behind your business from the start, and they know all the customers, they know all the products, all those things. The majority of people are incredibly overwhelmed. Oh, I love that. I love that, Sarah. The majority of people are incredibly overwhelmed, and that's purely because of the amount of information they feel they need to process straight away. I know, and like I said, I've been through this myself. I know when I joined, I know I'm very much, I really like, because I sponsored very quickly after I joined as well, so I totally related to how they felt. The amount of information you were getting loaded with is just too much. You can only process so much at once. So it's really important when you bring somebody in, you help them and tell them what they need to focus on. They do not need tagging in every single post. That is the worst thing you could do, is by tagging them in loads of posts, okay? Welcome them into the team group if that's what you want to do, but even that can overwhelm some people. But welcome them in and just speak to them one-on-one before you start tagging them in posts, because you're going to tag them in posts and they're going to look at them and it's going to be like it's written in a foreign language. It's going to make no sense whatsoever, okay? So I really, really avoid tagging them in posts at all, okay? Tagging and running is like the equivalent of literally throwing everything at them. Don't worry, Alison, okay? But if it's worked for you, then don't worry. That's exactly what was done to me when I joined, and that's exactly what I did at the beginning. But this is what I've learned, okay? I do not tag people in loads of posts. This is not to make you feel like you've done anything wrong. Please don't think that, because you haven't at all. But being tagged in loads of posts, for me, it is the equivalent of having everything thrown at you. And all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, how on earth am I ever going to learn all this? They're not, okay? So just, especially the first day and second day they've joined, just talk to them. Just start getting to know them. Start finding out what their why is. And that's something you hear a lot in Scentsy, but there's such a powerful reason for why people do Scentsy and why it's important to know what your why is, because it's not what you do or how you do it, but it's why you do it, okay? So you need to understand what it is they want from their Scentsy business. What do they want? Maybe they just want a distraction. Maybe they just want to get some free products. Maybe they just want to get a little bit of extra money, or maybe they want to go big. Whatever that is, find out what it is so you can best work with them and you can help them believe that that's going to happen. Oh, Kate, you gave me an angry face. You can best help them believe that it's going to happen, because at the beginning, obviously, we all start at zero. We all start as one name on the workstation. It takes time to start believing that that's going to happen. It's all right, Tilly, don't worry. So find out why they are doing Scentsy and what they want from it. And then is just reassuring them. Like, the first thing I say to people is, you're going to feel overwhelmed. Prepare them for that feeling. Prepare them. You're gonna feel overwhelmed. It's totally normal. Your job is to make sure, so you've got your excitement and your fear and overwhelming. Your job is to make sure that the excitement takes over and that fear and feeling of being overwhelmed dackers away, because the excitement levels are off the chart. So I always say, you'll feel really overwhelmed right now, but this time in a week, I promise you, you'll feel totally different. You'll feel you will not believe the things that you pick up over the next week or two. That feeling, I promise you, will go away. It's really important just to prepare them that is going to happen, but don't worry. Yeah. And then it's just about absolutely building up that excitement with people. Really, really, really building that excitement about what they're doing. So announcing their business is an absolute priority. Announcing that they are, yes, Barbara, feeling overwhelmed is normal, but your excitement, I promise you, the overwhelmed feeling goes. It goes. I promise you, it will go. Before you know it, you'll be picking up information. You're never going to know everything, because nobody knows everything, but you will learn what you need as you go. The best way to learn, so this is what I help people with, the best way to learn is learn as you go. So as you start working, you'll learn things, okay? If you try and learn everything, it's really hard to absorb the information. So, but if you start, maybe they've got no Facebook skills or social media skills, for some people, they are starting from literally no idea how to do anything, no idea how to save a photo, no idea how to write a text on a photo. That's absolutely fine, because that's the thing, you can learn as you go. And there's literally everything I think of, I try and make a tutorial for. So, there's tools out there, resources out there to help them learn. So learn as you go. Start out announcing that they have started their own home fragrance business, a Scentsy business. And why? Why are they starting it? Okay, because it's really important that they know why they're doing what they're doing. So they need to announce it. They need to start, obviously, marketing the products and marketing themselves as a consultant. Yes, Sarah, but you do teach me a lot. Sarah has got a lot. She's 2 years in and I'm 4 years in, and I learn a lot from Sarah. She's got a lot of knowledge. But yeah, so start announcing, start getting, because obviously the way I built my business was with a Facebook group, and that's how I've taught everybody, and then that's gone on and on and on. Like most people start with a Facebook group. That's just what we do. So just finding out, right, okay, so I would recommend that you start a Facebook group. That's basically what we've all done to succeed, and that's how we've started and grown. And then identifying their initial audience with them. Okay, the first thing is identifying your initial audience. That may sound really basic, but actually that may sound a little bit crazy, but it's actually really basic. It's just going to be friends and family at first. We all start with our friends and family. That's where we start. And then as we start building, you then expand further and further to your friends and family of your friends, and then so on and so on. And you start to learn how to grow your network. All that comes in time, but you just need to focus on starting. Okay, you just need to focus on starting. I love that, Lisa. And getting, start marketing to their audience, which at the beginning is most likely going to be friends and family. And then set their expectations, okay? So they need to know what they can expect from you as their sponsor. And they need to know what they need to expect from their business, okay? So they need to know that everyone has different results. You don't want them to think that they're going to have a huge order by tomorrow and then feel disappointed that they don't. Everybody has different results. So just saying, okay, what we're going to do, we're going to get you started, start posting, start giving the introducing the products. So that's the best way to start, by when I started, which was 4 years ago, there's a lot more awareness for Scentsy now, but when I joined, nobody had a clue what Scentsy was. I've had people who've been in my group from the start come to me and say, so what is it? They still don't know. Okay, so whether you're first starting or you've been in 4 years, don't ever stop explaining what Scentsy is, because people don't always know. So the first job is to explain what Scentsy is, why they love it, and what I started with the pain point and that it was a safe alternative to candles. So for me, candles and whatever used to give like plug-in air fresheners and stuff like that used to give me a headache, and I tried Scentsy and it didn't. So that was one of my pain points, and it was a problem that it solved for me because I had dogs, I wanted a nice smelling home. I was obsessed from the minute we buy my house. I was obsessed with my house smelling nice. Oh my gosh, that's so funny, Alison. Yes, so identifying what Scentsy is. Obviously, I used a lot of, when I first started, I used a lot of videos, and I showed what a candle released when a candle was burning, the smoke that came off a candle. I showed like people who'd had a candle on their mantelpiece, and there was a mirror behind it, and then they took the mirror down and the black on the walls from the candle soot. So that was how I got people's attention when I started. I was showing them that it was a safe alternative to candle because the wax just releases the scent. There's no smoke, no soot. If it's in a Scentsy warmer, obviously, there's no smoke or soot, because the difference with Scentsy warmers are they warm, they don't burn. And that was our unique selling point. That was what I like, and that's what I encourage people to talk about too. And the fact that obviously the products have got a lifetime guarantee. The electrical products have got a lifetime guarantee. I'm giving you a bit of a Scentsy lesson now. I'm really sorry. That's not what you're here for at all. I do apologise. Okay, so that's what I started with, because don't ever assume they know. Really, really, don't ever assume they know, because it's like the more little things like that, like this is why Scentsy is so popular. This is why Scentsy is so in demand, because of these reasons. And that's how I started. So I've kind of replicated that. So yeah, getting them started, getting them off the ground. And then the 10-day, the 10-day consultant boot camp. Okay, I wrote that based on, I wrote that program based on somebody that had been brought in, and it reminded me of what I'd done and what I'd taught people to do at the beginning. And I thought, I'm going to put that in a program so people can replicate it and learn as they go. So it's really good. The only thing I would tag people in at first, obviously you need to let them know that raffles, because there's a lot of other direct selling companies out there that are doing raffles. So a lot of people do assume that they can do raffles. You need to let them know that raffles are, obviously, just to let you know, raffles are strictly out of compliance. There's no way around that. So definitely not raffles. That's probably the only thing at the start with compliance that I would let somebody know, because I would hate for them to put a raffle up. And then it's the 10-day, I will tag them in the 10-day consultant bootcamp, okay? You can judge this, how you move, how you progress with somebody on how they're feeling and how they're doing. So each time's probably going to be slightly different, and you're going to tweak it to each person because everyone's different. The bootcamp is pinned to the top of our team page of this group. So tag them in there so they can see what to do. And they can, it's like a tried and tested way of getting your business up and running, and how to actually start marketing the products, and how to use the kit, how to use social media. That covers all sorts of things. So obviously setting their expectations, like I said, about that it's not going to be, please know that your business, it takes time to be consistent. Okay, you don't want people coming in and thinking, oh, that's it, I've joined Scentsy, I'm going to be rich. I've bought a lottery ticket. They haven't bought a lottery ticket, they've bought a business. And businesses take time to build up, okay? They take time, and you get out what you put in. And the more, obviously, they put in, the more they'll get out for it. But consistency, never, ever neglect talking about consistency, because consistency is the secret, the absolute secret. Okay. Encourage independence. So at the beginning, I want people to be, the more a new starter is in my inbox, the better. If I've just brought someone in, if I've personally sponsored somebody, if I've sponsored you, you will know that I want you asking me questions. I will want you in my inbox asking you questions, because our inbox, like where me and you are, that's your safe place, because that's where you feel like you don't want to ask on the group because it's a bit scary, and you feel safe in my inbox, and I want that, okay? And then I help as much as I can, but then I start directing people as to where they can find the answers from, because you want to encourage independence. You don't want them to have a question and you're away on holiday or you're busy all day and then be stuck all day and not be able to get the answer. So start, as the time passes, sort of like after, a week or two, start instead of giving the answer, encouraging them where they can find the answer. Okay? Where they can find the answer. That's really important. So don't ever be annoyed at questions, because I know that you might be busy or whatever, but don't be annoyed at questions, right? That I had so many when I started. I had so many questions, but it was because I was hungry and I was excited and I wanted to learn and I was eager. So when I know someone's in my inbox asking me questions, I know it's because they are working their business, and that's what you want. You want them to be working their business. Okay. Alison, we all get that. So Alison said that she seems to be getting ghosted by her 2 new teammates. That it does happen, okay? It's up to them. At the end of the day, we can't force people to work their business. They have to make that decision that they want to work. But what we can do is obviously support them and encourage them as much as possible. So do not worry. Do not worry. It does happen. It happens to us all, I promise. Yes, that's it, Lisa. I want people asking me questions. And then when they're asking me questions, I can work on building a relationship up with them as well, because I want to have a relationship with my frontline. Like I want to get to know them. I want to help them have an amazing business. That's what I'm here for. That's what absolutely drives me. Helping them. There's nothing more rewarding than helping someone have their own successful Scentsy business. And I will never ever find anything more exciting than that initial time when someone signs up and they get their first order, or somebody smells it and smells the sample and absolutely falls in love. Like that for me is the most exciting part of being a Scentsy consultant, and I get my fix of that from bringing in new people and sharing that excitement with them. I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, I didn't write my notes in any particular order. Yes, one thing I've written here is your own business is always important, okay? If you've brought in a team member, you must remember that your business is still a priority. You don't want, because you're too busy, obviously we want you to help people and support people, but we don't want you not working your own business because you're spending all your time helping other people. Your own business is like your bread and butter, okay? Your customers are the backbone to your business, so you need to be focused on those too. And don't let that slip. Do not let that slip, okay? It's really important you keep growing your business. Okay, there was something I wanted to say. I can't think what it was. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it really. But it's just, and if you have a few teamies, and depending how big your team is, when I'd start getting a few teamies, I set up a chat. I set up a team chat because I wanted to create a little community. And the key is with Scentsy, something that I read in a book and I've carried it forward, is Scentsy. I want what I've built here, this whole Team Diamond group, everything I've built, I've wanted something that was easy to join but hard to leave, because I want it being part of Scentsy to add value to people's life. I want them to be this opportunity to be so easy to join, but you would never ever not want to be part of it because it adds value to your life, okay? So start building your own community. Start building your own, if you've got a few teamies, I'll never get rid of you. I wouldn't let you. Start building your own community. So if you've got a few teams, set up a little chat, start sharing ideas, getting excited, and you start doing that. And then maybe as your team gets bigger, you can move that to a group. Because I moved my team chat to a group when I hit director. It was quite hard to move because people wanted the chat. People did want the chat, but I couldn't keep up with the chat. There was about 50 of us in there, and it was just growing and growing and growing, and it was impossible to keep up with. There was no way of finding scrolling and finding answers to questions, because you can't search in a chat. In a group you can search, and obviously you don't get a notification every time two people start having a conversation or anything like that. So I just found a group worked much better. But a nice chat, if you've just got a few teamies, a nice chat works really well to start building that community, and a little safe place. Like, you want to give them a safe place to start building their confidence up. Really important. That is the key thing. When people join, they are terrified. I mean, not everybody will be. Some people will come in like absolutely ready to flex their sensey muscles and ready to go for it. But I know I wasn't. And I know the majority of people I've brought in are feeling extremely terrified. So it's just bearing that in mind, making sure they know that you're there for them and that you're there to support them, and just focus on being the best sponsor you could possibly be. Take your job seriously, because it's an honour, an absolute honour to have people who've joined with you as their sponsor. Take your job seriously and just focus on being the best sponsor you can be. And then what you do for them, they will replicate and do for their own teams. They will be able to, when they start sponsoring people into the business, they'll be able to do it for their own teams. And it's duplicated over and over. And then they will start building their own communities, and so on and so on and so on. So that's my top tips. I was just going to read, there is a file on Team Diamond about sponsoring. And it does give you a bit of a step-by-step guide on what to do. So obviously the new incentives, obviously the shooting, for a new starter, the shooting star, just let them know that there is no pressure. If you don't get it, do not worry, but it is a great target to go for. And then sensational start, just let them know what the incentives are. And then they can obviously sort of try and model their business around those new incentives. Okay, right, I'm done. I'm going. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I shall see you later. All right, bye.